coming into a totally different environment, different country, different culture, and in 1 year alone to be in this position, what is that drive? Like, what's fueling you so hard? Like, why you are so pumped, so ambitious?
It's better to move to unknown world that is promising than staying to be in the known world that is super boring.
You need to act fast.
If you are not fast, you're just staying on the bench. You don't know, because in front of me there was a bunch of the missiles that were landing, at the important military buildings. I was seeing that and I was okay. The next morning it can be mind blowing.
Why Dubai?
Where is the most powerful crypto attraction? Where I can have a genuine connections of the AAA players, connection with the best people, so you can't lower your quality bar there.
I've seen these people from these categories, and Dubai is keeping you under your toes every single day. If you don't have the ability to adjust, of course you are out. What's up, Iron investors? Welcome back to another epic episode, ICN.talks, the podcast where we aim to interview C-level executives, founders, real builders in our industry. In today's episode, I brought to you again a very special guest as usual. His name is Vlad Svitanko from Ukraine. Thank you very much for coming to ICN.talks for the very first time.
Thank you so much for having me. Pleasure to be here.
Yes, I appreciate your presence here. I want you guys to know that Vlad is the founder of Cryptorsy, right?
Correct.
Is a marketing agency.
I would say marketing studio.
Marketing studio.
Yeah.
But do you attack the crypto audience, right? Like you perform for the crypto projects, right?
We have two focuses. First one is that we do the marketing and growth for crypto projects, and then we onboard Web2 companies and helping them to be enhanced with their business model by capitalizing the stuff that is happening in Web3, like tokenization, like the blockchains, data storage, whatever. So we're bridging companies and people to Web3 and helping native Web3 companies to go viral.
Yes. I took the decision to invite you in our podcast because we met a couple of months. I mean, it's almost more than a year so far, I think.
Yeah.
For the very first time, we met at one event and then we networked. And we had this chat after you came to Dubai. It was immediately after, something like that, like a month or two, right?
Yeah.
And look at you now, we met again recently, and I've seen your journey so far, what you have been doing, and it's absolutely beautiful. And you are one of the guys that running under the radar is coming, and is coming huge. And I want people to discover your personality and who is Vlad behind all this achievement that you have done so far. And I want to start as I like with the genesis, the beginning. What brought you to the blockchain and why did you decide to build in this industry?
So I thought about perspectives of the future, and I understood that, all right, the world moves pretty much by being a technology-driven sort of stuff. And then the blockchain and the Web3 back then seemed to me the best extension of the already existing models that can be enhanced via this beautiful Web3 world. So, and then also I took a decision to go to the blockchain because I had a couple of businesses in the Web2, like constructional companies, e-commerce shops. I've got 2 exits, not super big, but comparably good for my net worth back then. And I started to build the constructional company without paying too much attention to crypto, what's going on there essentially. But my friends and guys from my network, they were continuing to kind of selling me the idea of Vlad, Bitcoin is mooning.
Was this year about?
This was 2021.
Okay.
Yes. And then I started the constructional company, got 7 figures contracts, hired a bunch of sales reps to my team. We started to really push that solidly. And then unfortunately in 2022, the war in Ukraine has happened. So it was crazy. It was insanely hard to get out from there. And I've got the debt pit because all of my employees, they were taken for the battlefield. And I've got some rejections of the contracts from customers. I understand that because they wanted to cover the basic line of their life, because the war is literally on the street. The Ukraine has bombed left and right, and it's still happening. So when I took a decision to essentially think of, okay, how can I craft the best experiences and skills I have in something that is growing, for me that seemed to be the crypto and the Web3 niche. So we started to craft my marketing expertise, because everywhere in every company I launched, I was a marketing guy. I was the guy who's in charge of growth, of scale, of kind of generating demand. And I connected that to great technology in Web3, but awful marketing, because that was for degens purely. No one seemed to be understanding what's going on there. So that's how the journey has started for me.
Amazing. I like the fact that you were able to generate this kind of questions, right? Like, according to my current skills, where will be that next best business move, right? Where can I apply everything what I know to have the best results, right? This is already massive. Like, you are 1% club when you generate this kind of things, because that's going to lead you to the very accurate decision, right, in terms of performance.
That's right. Since I was pretty much broke, so I had to understand like what is the way out for me. And I actually wrote the book. I actually read the book of Ikigai, the concept of a Japanese happiness. And it says that you have a beautiful intersection of 4 circles. One of them is do what you're passionate about. The other one is do what the world truly needs. The third one is do what you can be paid for. And fourth one, the last but not the least, do what you're good at and sort of where you feel this deep passion of doing. And I just created those together, so that merge, and undertaking the first steps to like crypto industry, because I was thinking, okay, how can I make this international so the war, the politics can't really affect much my business? And the crypto Web3 seemed to be the perfect shot for me. And then just having this like a marketing need of a new industry. It was like actually the kids, early 2020s, nothing actually happening besides Ethereum, Bitcoin, and maybe some sort of altcoins.
But we were already in a sort of bear, right? Like we had the last bull Q4 2021, right? Yeah. Okay, with last little pump January, but that's pretty much everything. And then it was...
and that was my entrance to the markets. Guess what? I entered the market in the best possible timing. Because before starting the Cryptorsy, like we were analyzing like what is on the ball right now. And crypto, like at the peak of a cycle, 2021 was pretty much like crushing it. And then slowly but steadily having some, the plummeting starting from 2022. And then when we took a decision to build Cryptorsy, it just moved to
exactly, because what's worse than creating a marketing services in the crypto space in bear market? Yeah, like there is nothing above, like no one is there, like no one is interesting. Projects they don't launch, investors they don't deploy, like it's literally everybody is waiting, right? Because you see the falling knife and then everybody is just let's see, right? Building marketing stuff
somewhere on the fence, right?
Talking to the walls.
I was thinking about how we can pick up the best like gems and the companies with intrinsic value and help them along this bearish cycle to become huge, like to become next Apple, Amazons, to understand and measure their impact, to sort of collaborate on where we are good at, and then see what is happening like in the next cycle, which is right now. And I'm so glad that we are so back.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Not really 100%, but still we are way better than yesterday.
Yesterday was a good day. Today is the best day.
Exactly. Yeah. So I want to paint all this journey with 2 pylons, right? Like where did you started, why, and your current position is. I want you guys to know that Vlad currently is on major panels as a speaker, invited, a huge networking in Dubai already. I know people, they started talking about you in a very positive terms, and literally coming into a totally different environment, different country, different culture, and in 1 year alone to be in this position, right? When you came, you were like our conversation
Broke.
It was, you were in a totally different position, and just in 1 year, 1 year is nothing, is like super short term when we talk about almost everything, right? 1 year is very short term. What is that drive? Like, what's fueling you so hard? Like, why you are so pumped, so ambitious? From where this pump is coming from in your heart?
Yeah, from a desire to make it, I promised myself when I was moving to Dubai. By the way, I knew nobody. I was like with a couple of $1,000 in my pocket, without pretty much sort of a strict plan. I was just having one data set in my mind. I would say yes to everything. What comes to crypto, comes to Web3, and how I can grow my companies. So I started to build a genuine relationship with people. I started to contribute to the biggest ecosystems in Web3. I started to write a bunch of content on my LinkedIn, on X. So for me, that was something that helped me to move the needle, to get people to know me. And then, you know how tiny the Web3 industry and crypto industry is. And thanks God, I was in Dubai. I took that decision. That was not like the easiest one in my life, to like leave everything and move to completely different environment. But it's better to move to unknown world that is promising, that staying to be in the known world that is super boring. And for me, that was that decision. So, and from there, first panels, first keynotes, I was genuinely like giving the best that I have to provide the value for people, consulting them for free, hanging out with people like without any sort of, the interest on my end. I mean, in terms of getting somehow monetization from those connections.
Instant benefits.
Without instant benefits, just genuinely as I am, trying to help, trying to ask, how can I help you? How you making your way in the Web3, and then just crafting this from the like network I have, from the skills I have and everything. And so from there, I think I came to Dubai in the middle of October last year. I spent like 1.5 or 2 months by just essentially learning everything, attending to every crypto event. Every Luma page was subscribed by myself, and I was genuinely making my best to be there at the right time and hanging out with all of the people I know in the room, because the event stream happens and starts from connections with people. The more people you know, the more flying effect you have. And so that was the first couple of months for me. And from there, when some people recognized my potential, when I proved the solid impact I may help with for the companies, they started to invite me for the panels. Like then the Paris Blockchain Week, the WoW Summit, I started to like rock and roll in a bit across the world. And I love that. Since early like childhood days, I was dreaming to travel across the world, but with the purpose of business, not just lying on the beach, putting the eyeglasses, right? And then doing nothing. So for me, that was the pivotal moment, after which I realized, okay, it's happening now. And thanks God, I was so passionately manifesting that. So it is my reality now.
Yes, indeed, when you are on the right path, it's just a matter of time. But the beautiful thing is that you don't know, right? You have no guarantee. You don't have a certain contract. Like if you do 1, 2, 3, you will be in this place, right? You just do it because you believe in it and you believe in you. And I can say that I saw this massive fire, internal one, and your potential, particularly in our marketing conversations, right? Because we discuss about a lot of marketing things together, and I saw that you have a lot of valuable points of view, and your angles are a little bit different, which in market is the key. I want to ask you, do you think, based on your experience in your country, and you saw all that very bad situation, everything was going on there, and you could see that the life can go very badly, right? Like you can experience very crucial things at the end, because it's just a matter of life, right? It was that the moment when you said, like, I need to do something, because otherwise, I don't know, I might be in a totally different place.
Yeah, like I said, that's a really good question. I was like meditating a lot on reading the books, then writing the notes in my phone, by thinking of how can I get out from this like a debt pit, because the business like was shut down and the finances are still like going on, but without the positive inflows to the company like bill, but with the sort of obligations to pay for people. Then I started to think, okay, now all the stuff that is happening in Ukraine, it's really like horrible to see that people are dying, to see that the missiles and the rockets, they're getting bombed left and right, and everything is so like short term, so you can't plan long term. I wasn't in the position to plan, all right, let me think about the next 5 years in my life, what I need to do, or what like world really going to like adopt, whatever the new trends emerging like cultures.
You need to act fast.
You need to act super fast, yeah, because if you are not fast, you're just staying on the bench. It's gonna be crucial for your everything state, like the money wise, the mental wise, and physical wise, everything. So constant movement.
What was your internal conversation like? Were you afraid, like, my God, like, it's possible tomorrow as a probability? Yeah, like, did you have this kind of mental internal self conversation when you were afraid, like what I'm going to do, like how to say this, in a matter of having not only fears but self doubts?
Yeah. That's a really good question. So I didn't subscribe for this mental framework of being scared. That's first, because I'm the like fighter by my nature. And I accepted the flow of life. Tomorrow can not be happening for me, right? I have only today and this minute. And after that, I simply realized that I want to contribute, because I can see that some unfair like events are happening and I'm just observing that. That's why I applied to the military state. Got rejected from there because they had a shortage of weapon and armors, whatever. Then I pivoted to the territory defense in the west of Ukraine. Then I started to do a whole bunch of volunteering stuff. And I accepted one important data set. I just realized I'll try to do my best, whatever it takes, even until the bitter end. If the end's gonna be bitter, it's gonna be at least my end. But I won't live through that fully without just, some hushing in the corners. I want to face the challenge as a man. First, to get out from this debt pit. The second one is to live through the wartime, because on the street there is a war. You don't know, because in front of me there was a bunch of missiles that were landing, at the important like military buildings. I was seeing that and I was, okay, the next like morning it can be mind building, because they don't want to like take so many considerations before pressing the button launch, and then only God will determine whether tomorrow happens for me or not.
Yes, indeed, it's the reality of you guys, Ukrainian people, who face all these moments of your life in your own country. But coming back to Dubai, so you took the decision to escape from that situation, and you said, okay, I need to do something to be in a totally different position, because that's the way how can I put my voice out there, right?
Correct.
And why Dubai? Why you didn't go to, I don't know, to the USA or to Europe?
First off, that I felt myself as I am a bird locked in the cage in Ukraine, because there are events happening in crypto. I'm doing the crypto native product. I can go and network with people. I'm locked. I'm just locked in the cage. I was choosing the place for me based off of understanding, okay, where is the most powerful crypto traction, where I can have a genuine connections of the AAA players from all over the world. And everyone was telling me Dubai. And Dubai, like, historically been a place where you have so many like shifts the shifts in technology, the shifts, I mean, from the literally sand, from the scratch, they've built the best city, at least for me, that you could have thought of. So I came to Dubai and realized that this is not just some vapor or some, pipe dreams of people.
Pure marketing.
Not marketing, but there's so many people. There are two camps. Dubai is so plastic, I can't live here, it's awful, blah, blah, blah. But for the second cohort, it's wow, it's cool. It gives you the space, it gives you an amazing pace, and it set up yourself for kind of the genuine connection with the best people, so you can't lower your quality bar there. And I was super happy to choose Dubai. And I had a small issue. I didn't know English quite well there. And so US, I was thinking, it's a visa, it's all this stuff for us Ukrainians. I don't know English. So maybe I'll go somewhere else in Europe. But Europe is not the best place where you want to be if you are rely to some innovation in your life, right? It's super slowly moving. So Dubai was the place, and then everything took off from here.
Yeah, I agree with this part with these two categories of people. And my experience is that I've been living here for a while, almost 10 years by now. And I can say that I've seen these people from these categories, and Dubai is keeping you under your toes every single day. If you don't have the ability to adjust to its speed of development and the way how Dubai is planning to accelerate all this growth, of course you are out. You can just, you can stay here, spend your life, live an amazing life, but business-wise, you need to be your best version every single day. And in this race, at one point you'll say, my friend, you know what? That's it's too much. And then you feel you experience and see the bad things, right? You see that, it's crowded, it's traffic, you started to see
the other side.
Heat, blah, blah. Yeah, it's too much, 40 degrees. So that's when you landed in a totally different position. It's just because you are not keeping up with the rhythm. I mean, this is my experience so far. If you just push yourself all the time, then you feel like you keep up with the rhythm, and you are on the same page, and then you experience exactly the growth, right? You grow as Dubai grows, and is a beautiful journey together.
Dubai like a personal coach that says you move. You have to be more bigger, bolder, stronger. Move now. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. I'm waiting you in the gym.
Do you feel this every day right here?
Yeah.
Is giving you this sort of energy. And in our network, you can see that is always something, right? You see that guy is doing with its own companies bunch of achievements, partnerships, and you see all these people are growing in the companies, and then you go I can sleep, I want to do it too, right?
What am I doing in this life, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. This is the feeling.
Correct.
Let's go to the networking part, because networking it's a huge one to achieve this level that you did. And I'm not afraid to use these words, because again, this is massive. You mentioned earlier, broke English, financially not in the good position, knowing maybe 5 people, all of them, right? Or maybe 10, whatever. And then in 1 year, being invited, as a speaker, the huge crypto events, the largest one maybe, they associate their brand, their company with you, right? Once you are invited, you are sort of, reflection of our values. Everything. This is a lot of elements implied, right? Tell me about the networking. How did you manage to have this explosion in your network in Dubai only?
Yeah, first of all, you are just becoming genuinely active. You are happening to be everywhere, and then you need to become a guy that is associated with a particular thing or emotion. You have to build this personal brand, because it is important to understand that the personal brand, whether you have a following or not, this is what the people talk about you. This is what people think about you when you are outside of the room. That's really important. And then when you just, without some plans, without some, commercial sort of structure, talking with people, I mean, it's easier to like understand their needs and then to serve them better. Of course, I have some structure on that, but usually the freestyle is my way, because I know if I come into the networking event for, let's say, tone builders, I know what we do at Cryptorsy with tone projects, and I understand how I can contribute to people. Maybe they didn't use a particular marketing tool. Maybe they didn't learn about the particular, let's say, funnel that really yields massively. It's just always adding value, and I think that the universe is super giving for everyone who is trying to make it genuinely, not just lying on the sofa and scrolling the TikTok, this like, degenerating stuff, but who is actively going out there and being as active as he or she can.
Why those events, when you have literally zero intention to attend, but you end up going, are the best one ever?
Because you don't know what you don't know, right? I mean,
like something is happening, you go like, I need to drive 45 minutes, I need to do 1, 2, 3, I've been invited, but not that much in the history with that, like tracking the event. And you have this kind of self-questions, like, am I going, am I not, I need to do 1, 2, 3. Of course, you have tasks. But then you said, okay, let's go, because I want to see. You have to put your face out there, as you mentioned. And then when you go there, it's just the best event ever. Like, it happened to me a couple of times, like every single time, like even now. One of my top 5 networking contacts in my agenda are coming from this kind of events when I didn't want to go. Do you have this feeling?
I have the same experiences. Not usually, but I have the same experience for sure. And I have an explanation for that, which is God really favors dedicated people. If you are dedicated, I mean, you essentially ahead of 99% of the curve who is trying to make the same as you do. And also about the live stream, you can't predict everything, and people are imposing so much of logic to things by trying to rationalize them. Okay, if I do this, then that, if X, then Y. But guess what? There is the certain order that can't be taken into account right now. So that's why you have to be open as an open wallet, and the money will flow to you. If you are building the garden with the best vibes, with the best fruits inside, the butterflies will land naturally because they love your vibe. They love who you are as a person. And if you think about the concept of happiness, just circling back to Ikigai book, right? You can think of butterflies as of happiness and chasing them with net by trying to grab them, But the second way is to build the garden that genuinely attracts those butterflies. And you can't just actually plan everything, rationalize everything, put everything through the 45 check boxes and questions. Do I need to go here? All right, is it more than 30 minutes away from my home, or is it crypto related or not? That's not how things work.
It would have been way too easy for everyone, right? If it was a sort of logic to follow a certain path to end up with certain end result.
Yeah.
That will be the guarantee. Everyone will do it, right?
Excuses. You have a highway and a bunch of turns. Turn on the left, turn on the right? And then you feel that so many people who have an intent to reach the point B, which is the final destination, which is the a particular milestone of this highway, but they're supposed to be driving all the way up, but then this is the turn here, let me just turn out because I don't want to make it until the end, right? It's hard to do for people, and that's why so many people, they're just essentially stop to do the things that they have promised themselves to do until the end. That's my explanation of how so many people just get off from the track.
Do you believe in this when you get the reward, when you actually for the situations that are hard, and then you go something is waiting for you after the corner, but you have to be able to, go there and actually take the corner and see the reward, right? Do you believe in this part where you get rewarded for the stuff that are hard? In terms of, let me give you context exactly with this part. Like, you have these internal conversations. I don't want to go. I don't want. But you defeat that, right? Like you are way stronger than this kind of comfortable thoughts, and you end up doing it, and for that you get the reward. Do you believe in this?
I think that,
Or it's just a matter of like coincidence? You went there and that's it.
I have one interesting thought about this. If that would be easy, everyone would do that. But the things in life, when you have the biggest, you as an investor, you know that better than me, you have a risk-reward ratio, right? The bigger the risk, the less people are willing to hop in this train and trying to get something out of there. But the less the risk is, this is easier for everyone, for crowd, for masses to go and try to do something there. And so I have this belief that if you are committed internally, if you understand that nothing in terms of outcomes are happening right off the bat, you need to make a first step. If you are committed to do the first step, and it is pretty valuable for another side of a table, I think this gives you a 10x better sort of exposure in life, because you are genuinely the guy who says yes, yes, yes. There are seasons in life when you say yes, 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 yes to everything. That was me I think before the end of this summer potentially, but now I'm kind of more wise about the opportunities because there are so many of them, and now you're in the position to say no, to prioritize things. And then if you just understand that your commitment, your dedication backs you up, and then this is why people want to feel from you. There are so many AIs right now, so many artificially fake things. People care about you as a person, and if you are committed, if you can do whatever it takes, if you perform regardless, I think that's the best way, that's the best data set, that's the best behavior model to live the fullest potential in your life.
I will swipe up, swipe left, swipe right, whatever.
Okay.
This front end game where you go, I want to achieve, I want to, do this networking, grow my company. Vlad, what do you want? What's your best perfect picture?
So my best perfect picture is to actually live the fullest life, and that's only possible when I true to myself, when I authentic in my way of living the life. And I understand that money is a driver. Everyone wants to make money because that's something that helps you to live a better lifestyle. Everyone wants to be valuable. Everyone wants to have an influence, right? Whatever. But I feel that I just can't do any other way. I'm just super passionate about this journey. The samurai doesn't have a plan. He has a path. That's something that I find really resonating to me. And I want to, essentially, when I live my life, I don't want to regret about I didn't make a shot that I should have made. You know what I mean? That's the best thing for me, is to live a fullest life, and understanding that I was 101% tuned into what I do, and I realized all of the potential that the God gave me. So I burned to the ashes, literally. After my life, there's nothing, The plan for life is to be the legend in what you do, and be the best at it, and be
the legend for you, or be the legend for others?
To create my legend that speaks itself, that manifests itself. And so that's my legend, that's my hero story. If that resonates with me, I think there will be some people who would also find this applicable for their, to I don't know, have some inspirations from or whatever. But the core data set is to create this legend and then live the life upon those normal, I would say, principles that I have, and just passing this through, just flying the, keeping moving the flywheel.
Do you really want this? You really want this for you to have, or you want others to see that you have?
I think if I don't want genuinely something that I do, it will be faked. So there is like not interest for me that people would say, yeah, Vlad just runs the ultra marathon, see how strong he is, right? But it doesn't essentially relevant to me. I don't think I will be able to live authentically, because authenticity, that's just the highest frequency in your life, even higher than love. And being authentic is to be true to yourself. So I think first one is just for me, because I can't do any other way, because God gave me the set of opportunities, the set of skills, and then I'm just manifesting them and bringing to reality. Then it's up to people whether they are, find this valuable or impressive or not.
We are both men, and you know the importance of a word when it comes to alpha, right? Like if you can't be alpha if you don't have a word.
Yeah.
You are literally you don't exist. You are this mic, right? You became just nothing. And you said authenticity is exactly what defines you as a man, right? You want to be genuine, original, 100% you every single time. But this applies when you have to do things. When you just said, I will do 1, 2, 3, you have to do it, right?
Yeah.
But now I'm giving you a chance to fake all this, everything, and be financial successful. Like you'll reach whatever you want, but you need to fake it.
I would say that this is a good question, and I think that first off, what's interesting is that you don't can be just the alpha, you can be sigma. That's the level above, right? That's the first one.
Web 2.5.
Yeah. I'm just faking it every day. There's so much stuff going on to my plate, so I can't like be perfect and essentially making some ideal pictures from every like sketch that I do. But I feel the way of me just being relevant to every minute I live in this life, without just being, imposed by someone else to do certain things or whatever. If I feel this, I'm gonna do this because that's the only way for me. If I wouldn't do that, I would consider myself as a weak person, and I don't want to feel this feeling. You know what I mean? That's like the best. I think the worst feeling for a man is to feel himself as a coward. We don't want to feel this, and if you don't want to be this, you just need to be genuine on your way and doing things as you kind of feel it to do. Even if you are fighting against, hundreds of men, if you are the 300 Spartans, like somewhere in the Thermopyles, and you are facing the huge Persian army, you have to do this until the bitter end, because that's how you decided to behave yourself.
How do you deal with that day when you say, tomorrow morning I'm going to the gym, but you won't?
If I got if I borrowed money from you, let's say it's $1,000, and I said, Danny, I'll bring it back to you on Monday, like at noon. It means you have to do everything. Even if you, let's say, were robbed on Sunday, someone just stole the money from your house, I prepared this $1,000 for you because I had a genuine, obligation to bring back the money as we promised. So, and then I need to go and rob the bank because I promised to Danny to bring $1,000 on Monday at noon. That's the power of your word. And if you don't believe the power of word, the people just need to learn more about manifesting, because everything starts from the thought. Then it manifests through the word, and then words are creating reality. So if you are faking yourself, once again, promise to go to the gym, didn't go to. Promise to, like, say, work and get a certain things done, didn't do this, right?
Yeah, but answer to my question, you didn't go to the gym. Do you feel weak? How do you deal with that, with these thoughts when you go like, oh, I said
I don't know how to answer genuinely, because I train every day.
I'm sure it happens, right?
I train every day. Like Sunday, Monday, I don't care. I train every day.
Okay, forget about gym. It's just a matter of you saying something and you end up not doing it. Whatever it is, because when it comes to mindset and when it comes to training your mind, I'm opening a big one now, because in my point of view, the ultimate game in life is you versus your mind.
Yeah.
Like once you are able to take this entire algorithm, which is called mind, and make it as your soldier, like actually use it as a tool in your own benefits, prepare it, training it, and have this internal conversation with your mind, because you are not your mind, you are something, a different entity. The mind is just a tool that you are using it on this planet for certain things. So, but
Correct.
this mind has been, this algorithm has been created, half of it by the parents' beliefs and so on. And I'm not going with that because it's a little bit more to discuss. But the thing is, when you fulfill your internal algorithm with things that you end up not doing them, right? Like, I'm going to do this and you won't. I'm going to do this and you won't. Small things, right? I go home, I'm going to shower, then I read this book. And then you go, like, you know, in the parking, you receive a phone, you go out with friends. Bye-bye. Like, and those kind of things are bricks to your mindset. In one day you say, I'm going to build $1 billion company. The mind won't believe you because there is no such attraction with you doing what you say. There is zero there. There's even one brick. So how do you deal with these things? Like, when you say something and you end up not doing it, are you aware about this game, or you just like, okay, that's it, I'm next?
Like you essentially said, Danny, that man has to stick to his word. And then if the situation is happening that you feel, okay, now I need to extend either time frame or change a bit the final object of what I'm supposed to do. Either, let's say, you are supposed to go to the gym, but it's closed. Let's say your flight is being late, is being delayed, right? So you just put up shoes and essentially go for a workout, go for a jogging, go for a run. But I think that's something that really kills the man masculinity when you are one step faking your promises to yourself, who is your main competitor. Like, I always sort of compare myself to my future version, the biggest, the pompous, the smartest, the whatever. And so we are always like on this highway chasing each other, trying to like outperform, outcompete. But yeah, I mean, showing up every day is pretty important, because if you don't do this, it's hard to create this, I would say, compound effect.
And it's very easy, and this is the biggest, one of the biggest traps when it comes to self-development and building this strong mindset, right? As a alpha,
Sigma.
it's very easy to readjust the roadmap every single time as per your comfort. Like, if you said, tonight, after meetings, after everything, I'm going to the gym at 10 p.m., at 11, right? But then at 9:30 you go like, it's fine, it's okay, I'll go tomorrow morning. Okay, you go tomorrow morning, but then it's like readjusting all the time as per your comfort. This is not okay. This is not, I do what I say.
This is not how man's supposed to behave, you know? And then if you readjust, like you said, things based off of your comfort zone, you're just faking your journey, you're just faking your way. If I say, I wanna like work 10 hours because I need to do 12 tasks, it's whether I have done them or not. It's a dual answer, yes or not. It's not going to be, let me do today like 8 tasks and tomorrow 2 more and the day after 2 more. You are like essentially faking and giving some vapor to your lifestyle, and then your brain understand, okay, this dude, like we together with this dude plan to do something, but then he can essentially pivot at some moment. So brain wouldn't give enough sort of the energy and command to your body to be committed to do this. It's all about neurophysiology and neurotransmitters that you build, and all of those, they're composed from triggers, from like actionable feedback you're getting from doing certain things, and this is how you gain the experience. And based off of the experience, if you never miss a day, because someday can be the lucky day, I mean, you are just like this, the tank, an absolute tank.
Once you do what you say, you constantly access this high level of vibration energy, and you end up as a status quo of your own environment, as an energetic field, only in that frequency, and it just became your natural habitat, right? Staying there in that high level of vibration. And when you stay there, you actually access everything was there, right? You meet, I don't know, Elon Musk, you meet, because everyone is there, right? You meet on this vibration. You have this self-confidence that you, whatever you say, the mind supports you, because we have tracking, right? For the last 10 years, everything what you said, you did. This is massive. Like, in any second you say something, those words have a different vibration from your heart, right? It feels totally different.
Bible says the first was word, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And the word belongs to God, and the God was the word.
Yeah.
So I think here is a powerful association with, of course, the Bible is a very, metaphoristic way of saying things, because obviously it was not a snake who came to talk to Eva and put Adam to bite the apple and stuff like that. This is the way of describing things which we don't know exactly what happened, right? But we can go at this level of association, right? We can say that, and we can feel it in our lives right now, that the word has a huge impact in at least for us, for men, right?
It's your building material. If you're genuinely endeavoring to do something,
nice.
And you say, I'll build the city in a desert in 10 years or so, it would cost me everything, all of my energy, all of my potential. I would struggle. I would essentially, say no to something, but I'll do this. And if a man has a track record behind the back of doing everything he has committed to do, guess what? People are just hearing to that and just, this dude will perform the task, because he was doing this every time in his lifespan before this moment.
Yeah, indeed. What else?
What else?
I'm joking. Of course, it's a very powerful moment, because everything is from these micro engagements. These are the bricks that build the entire foundation, and then you go and can operate with this mindset, do whatever you want. I'm coming back to crypto. You are building now Cryptorsy, right?
Yep.
What's your plan with the company? Do you plan to exit? Do you plan to give it to your son? Do you want to be the most successful agency in the industry? What do you want to achieve there in business-wise?
That's a good question. So at Cryptorsy, as a Web3 growth studio, I have an idea, and the main purpose that drives me is to incubate, accelerate, and enhance like the Netflix, the next Apples, these like Ubers of tomorrow, because I feel that we haven't had the aha moment in Web3 like the iPhone did for the internet adoption. So I feel we do the same, and we as a partners helping companies to grow faster, helping them to scale. So the plan is only one, to crush it and to create the best industry with the highest integrity products that people would use, not just because they want to gamble on crypto, because they want to speculate on that, because this is something that is pretty much good for their lifestyle. They can't imagine the life goes without those Web3 crypto extensions. Of course, we've built a bunch of infrastructure, but the core thesis is to break through to the consumer. That's it.
What are the challenges right now for you?
Short-term thinking of founders and the use cases of crypto users now. They want to just speculate on cryptos. They want to gamble on stuff. They are not here to use something, to read white papers, to go to the website, and then to ask genuine questions. I mean, some of them, certainly they do this, but this is 1%, like the minority of people. In terms of founders, so many of them, they're also like shipping technology from the top of their mind by thinking, okay, it might be good if I would build ZK rollup layer 1, 2, 0, 5 enhanced by this and the NFTs on the top and tokenization on the bottom. That's weird. I say them, always that if you build the best Lamborghini in garage that no one sees, guess what? No one is going to go there and use it and say, yeah, your Lamborghini is the best, create some user content and essentially spread out the word to his network so it brings more buying pressure and everything. So building by understanding the needs that you're gonna fulfill with your product, that's like the best bundle you can think of. And by doing this in the Web3 concept, where you have this community where you don't build for people, you build with people. You have a community. They are your stakeholders. They understand the name of the game. They have some vested interest because they have either invested energy and time or money into your digital asset if you talk about tokens, right? It is just combines people together and creates the bundle where we go together. You and me, Danny and Vlad, in the one boat until the end, win-win. If you win, I'm gonna be also on the winning horse.
Yeah, that's a beautiful story, but we both know that the reality is way harder than this. If I'm going to make a parallel between an industry which we both like as well, which is the fitness, right? Literally, you act as a PT, right? As a personal trainer, your success depends on my commitment as well.
Yeah.
Because you are not next to me at home to see what I'm eating, what I'm doing, if I drink water, if I don't, if I rest, if I recover, you just
Correct.
see me, you are with me 1 hour in the gym, okay, you train me, you squeeze me, but the entire game is out of the gym, not in the gym. Literally, somehow, it's the same concept with you working with projects, right? You have this passion, you have this fire, you want to build in this direction, but they and maybe the founder, they have as well this the founders have this vision, right, with you, but there is the community, and the community just wants money tomorrow, yesterday. How do you deal with that when you see projects, you go like, let's build in this direction, but the short-term benefits are like the first 5 tasks?
So you have to ship them what they are asking you about, because if you build something in Web3, in crypto, whatever, people are asking you about certain things. I mean, somehow you gather them around your brand, around your idea, and it's just pretty relevant if they say, we want to make money now. So think about the tool or the vehicle that can help them to either multiply or make money. Because I think in the Web3...
So you need to adjust.
You need to adjust. You need to adjust to the market. You can't recreate the market. You can adjust to the market and make sure that you are going seamlessly based off of the use cases and default needs of people. And you don't build this for yourself, because if
so
you do,
when you will fulfill your vision, then building strong, if you readjust as per the project. Okay, let's create tools to make money in a short period. Let's create tools to make money in a short period. So where is the vision?
One doesn't deny another. You can go in a parallel way by shipping a technology that actually you care about. Let's say it's going to be like the tokenization of the real world assets, or maybe the real estate in Dubai, right? And then people want to speculate and make some money on your project. That's fair. How most of the founders do, they launch first on the product side of things when they are acquiring the real estate, tokenizing that, creating security tokens. So everyone who is genuinely interested to be like related to the product itself goes there, passes KYC, and makes his way and makes his yield on the top of that. But the second way is, let's launch the utility token, which to some extent the share of the company that has no ceiling. So the market determines the price of this token. And what is market? Market is the perceived value, how market perceives your narrative. Not so many people love word narrative, but we are narrative-driven industry. And what is perceived value? This is marketing. How you create demand, how you think about your users and customers, how you ship them the needed state and emotions they came to you for. And those two can go in a parallel way, but I still think, Danny, that we are not in the tech-first industry. We are kind of in the asset-first industry. People came here as it was with the dot-coms, as it was in the early stages of those internet companies, where people go to speculate on price. They're in the Wild West, so it all matters to make your money fast and get out of there, like a gold rush, Everyone who digs for the gold, takes some supply, gets the same second out of there, cashes out, and then, lives his life.
I don't judge them at all. I don't think they are, what you did, wow, how come you did like that? This is not working in this way, because only God knows if these guys they are pointing out, these founders, they will be in position to cash out 5 mil or 10 mil in the next 6 months, right? Like for sure, that there's the hype, there's liquidity, blah, 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 all this setup for the perfect end result, right? And I'm 100% sure that 100% of them, 99.99, whatever, will do exactly the same thing.
Yeah.
Like in front of this kind of numbers, everyone will, transform in a 7-head dinosaur.
The cycle repeats itself just over and over again. And we are working now with...
How do you deal with this? Like if you see a project positioning a contract eventually with your company to access this kind of amounts.
We are making the due diligence first. So we need to
Everything is legit, but because you are experienced, right? That is absolutely zero utility. There is nothing out there.
Yeah.
Pure hype. Just we need retail for exit liquidity. That's it.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
You do?
So before that, what we was doing,
you take the project?
We were doing like due diligence. Now I have a gut feeling. If I feel that's the case, that people, they're kind of antsy about getting the ball rolling and monetize this right now without no utility, that's not the case for us, because we as studio, we take essentially the equity from the project. So we earn money alongside they earn money. So for us, it's just shooting myself in the foot, right? So for me, it's better to reject that and save my capacity for something that is good, for something that is coming. Thanks God we have enough demand right now, since we've been working with the biggest ecosystems in crypto.
Yeah, but you just lost 5 mil.
I didn't lose 5 mil because I will get 15 mil from another shot. Because this shot takes my energy, takes my time, takes my passion, takes my dedication, everything. And I know that by default, something with no utility is less like applicable for me in terms of even making money. That's something that can happen with the more integrity product. Because I take an equity from this startup, that's my like a vested interest. If they would go out, how we can pump the bag and find retailers. Now it's a fourth cycle of crypto. Retailers, they are not just the fools from the street. They understand how things work. They tend to research, making some stuff on the on-chain analysis, blah, blah, blah.
That's why they are not here. There is no retail right now. That's why the market is so weak.
There's less retail than we have expected.
Way less. It's like nothing. Like everything is BlackRock, ETF, blah, 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 1, 2, 3, 5 guys buying, but that's it.
Yeah, but coming back to your question is whether you take 5 mil right now or 15 mil in, let's say, 10 month or 10 years. 10 years is just far away, but let's say in 10 months. It is just the obvious reason.
$10 million in 5 years?
In 10 months, let's say, or in 1 year, because it was an experiment when the people
that's very short.
That's very short, yeah.
Of course,
but it's not
will
guaranteed.
Take 10 million 1 year.
But both of them, they're not guaranteed. No one is coming to me and saying, Vlad, we can make, let's say, 5 million. That's 101% guarantee. If we won't make that, I'll pay this from my bank account to you. We are both together getting agreed on the risk. And I see that the risk is high there because there's like vapor. There's nothing that we build the marketing around. So how this thing can, fly and surge in price, I'm just don't want to.
But you have examples, right? Crypto has shown us beautiful stories like Pepe, dog with hat, blah, 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 right?
Yeah. They have more utility than techie altcoins.
$2 billion market cap.
They have more utility than biggest altcoins you can think of.
Utility? What's the utility?
Community.
For Pepe?
Belief in a certain idea. That's the utility. Because if you take a look,
not an utility.
If you take a look, what is utility then?
Ethereum is a utility.
Why?
It's used about all transactions. It's used in all NFT transactions. It's used in multiple layer 2s and the entire infrastructure on Ethereum. Everyone is using Ethereum. That's an utility
but I would
token.
say to some extent that Pepe has the same, or any other different meme coins, the same utility. Community that believes this has a value for them, this is the medium of exchange.
No, you
and they're
literally
getting
need
unified.
Ethereum. If you need to buy an NFT, you need Ethereum. It's not like I believe in Pepe or not. That's
But
not
you're
utility.
talking about the technical advancements. But we are talking about utility. What does it mean, utility? Utility means it brings you some benefits or utility, whatever, upon you are using it. So, but let's just circle.
I'm just holding it's an utility. Like I'm just holding the Pepe and I'm giving utility by just not selling it.
Most of the meme coins right now, you can take a look at them. They are creating communities. If you are a holder, think about the early NFTs like Wave, right? If you're the holder of the some ape coin or whatever, you can go to community on the Yachts Party. You can go and eat some burger with a 50% discount.
Yeah,
It
that's
brings
an
the real
utility,
utility in
yeah.
your life.
Yeah.
The same goes with memes. I don't want to name the names because I don't want to shill some projects here. But I know some great use cases where people starting to build this attention layer by launching the meme coin, forming the certain community that is gathered around the belief in a certain idea, like, and then they're just building the business structure. I know the best example I can give to you, just don't want to shield the names, but what
No,
they
you
did,
can mention the name, we're fine.
Degen. This is the meme coin by default. But then when they have integrated their meme coin in the Farcaster, the biggest Web3 social media right now that raised hundreds of millions of dollars, it became the new stream there. After that, they launched a layer 3, which is the chain on the top of community they have gathered. So they thought from the marketing perspective, what is the best way for me to find a one piece of attention? They created the origin and idea of this meme coin. After the community is formed, engaged, and well served, let's do product shipping. And that's what goes to your technological advancements in a way of measuring utility.
In this way, if you frame it in this way, any token can have an utility, right? Any single project you can put, okay, you stake, you have rewards, you can pay with this token, you can do, like, I can just shape out 1 million ways of utility. But at the core level, if you ask me, it's just a matter of maybe 2, maximum 3, let's say 4, okay, tokens out there right now in the market who really have this real utility. Like I can say like Bitcoin, Ethereum, maybe BNB, and that's pretty much another one if we just brainstorm another minute, but that's it.
But
like
I'm just bored about
ecosystem. Yeah, it's boring, but that's the real one.
What is real? What is reality, sir? What is reality? No one knows what is reality. Just have a projections.
It's my reality. Yeah.
But I think that most of the like techie altcoins right now that have raised hundreds of millions of dollars, they're creating less utility because they're grabbing a bunch of money, building technology that no one is using, and then they are fighting the retailers, the paper hands, who are gonna be stepping in as an exit liquidity for early investors, for founders, for KOLs, for whoever is on board there, while making $500 in a week because of the networking fee that is happening on their DApp. That's the total crap, and I think the crypto needs to like scroll down or turn on the different page.
We can talk about important layer ones out there, right? Which the entire revenue is 4-figure.
4-figure, yeah. Yeah.
Like and the evaluation is like 5 billion plus, even more. But that's the reality of our industry, and of course we can talk endlessly about these aspects. It's a matter of time to achieve a level of, I don't know, what is that level that we want, because everyone is looking at the same thing but in a different way, right? Like you expect something, I expect something else. I want to see you building great things. Keep up with the amazing work you do, and I want to give you a big shout out. I'm happy that you came to ICN Talks. I want people to to have you on their following, because for sure you have a lot of things to say. Again, I saw this potential. I like your personality. I like the way how you want to build, and that's why I was in this business relationship all the time, and I wanted you to come here. Where they can find you?
On X, it's Vlad Svitanko. On LinkedIn as well, I'm pretty active there, writing posts each day, every day, no day offs. So LinkedIn the same, Vlad Svitanko. And Cryptorsy, you can guys find us or on LinkedIn and the website and X as well.
Thank you very much, Vlad. Appreciate again.
Thanks for having me, sir. It was a genuine conversation. Thanks.
Thank you. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to check ICN.live, our flagship ecosystem product. We put there a lot of content in from the entire industry, covering gaming, AI, robotics, Bitcoin, and everything what's happening pretty much in our industry. Thank you again for watching, and see you on the next one.